Now, time for the third and final movie in the trilogy, Cars 3. This movie is awesome and feels like a loyal sequel to Cars. Now let's get into it. The movie starts off with a race which feels beat for beat the remake of the original race from the first movie, complete with great racing shots, great animation in general, and an awesome song. McQueen is having the time of his life being the most successful on the circuit, until something happens. McQueen is beaten out of nowhere by a mysterious newcomer named Jackson Storm.
Oh, thank you, Mr. McQueen. You have no idea what a pleasure it is for me to finally beat you.
Oh, thanks. Hang on, did you say meet or beat?
I think you heard me.
Chickix is back, which brought a big smile to my face when I first saw him, as he was one of my favorite characters for some reason. Don't ask. When we see that Jackson Storm is an unstoppable race car and as he keeps winning all the races. All this winning is allowing for these new young racers to take the place of the old guys, including McQueen's friends. We then reach the final race in Los Angeles Motor Speedway, where McQueen is the only car left from his generation.
Hey, champ! Where'd all your friends go?
During the race, McQueen is struggling and takes a pit stop. Guido quickly but inefficiently changes his tires, giving McQueen the lead. Later, McQueen gets taunted by Jackson Storm and starts fading into the pack. Not wanting to lose again, McQueen pushes himself to the absolute limit before the inevitable happens. I was heartbroken when I first saw this scene in theaters back in 2017, and even today I still thought this scene was sad. So after 4 months of being depressed over Doc's past, Sally finally comes in to help encourage Lightning to continue racing. The owners of Rust-eze tell McQueen about the Rust-eze Racing Center. Cue another travel montage, which is actually very good. So after arriving, McQueen meets the new owners of Rust-eze, Sterling, played by the villain of Monsters University. We also meet the trainer, Cruz Ramirez. McQueen wants to race on the simulator, but Cruz keeps on doing these crazy exercises. McQueen eventually tries out the simulator, which goes as well as you expect.
It's off of me!
You have crashed.
I've crashed.
Sterling is then doubtful that McQueen can race in the upcoming Florida 500. McQueen tries to convince him otherwise, which he does. So in Rocky III fashion, McQueen and Cruz begin racing on the beach.
The beach ate me.
Or at least attempt to. They later go to a demolition derby. Yes, you heard that right. The derby consists of many deformed versions of regular streetcars, including the undefeated Magic School Bus. I mean Miss Fritter.
And rule number 3, no cursing. It's family night. Hey, buddy, get the out of my way!
Yeah, well, so much for no cursing. Cruz somehow survives the demolition derby, and McQueen's identity is found out. We then learn that Cruz wanted to be a racer since childhood, but was too scared to enter her first race.
I've wanted to become a racer forever. Because of you. When I got to my first race, I figured it out. And when they started their engines, that was it. I knew I'd never be a racer.
McQueen then convinces Cruz to join him on his journey to find Doc Hudson's crew chief, Smokey. They then go to Thomasville, where Doc once raced. They go to the speedway in the town, and the animation in the scene is by far the best in the movie.
Starting to think I might never meet you.
He is alive.
Smokey then takes a duo to a local bar and grill, a forklift singing. Yes, really. But also there are 3 amazing racers from Doc's day. Your Midnight Moon, River Scott, and Louise the Barnstormer Nash. They then reminisce about a great race in Doc's career, where Doc was struggling to keep up with a rookie race car. Before getting crashed into a wall, Doc pulls off a move.
unless he wanted to.
McQueen asks Smokey to help him train for Florida so he does not end his career like Doc did. Smokey then informs McQueen that training McQueen was Doc's favorite part of his career. Then the Rocky training montage begins. Poorly. After a bit of time training, McQueen starts to get into the groove, and almost gets killed by whatever Guido starts throwing at him. McQueen also learns what it means to sneak through the window. And finally, McQueen masters racing on the dirt track, until Cruz passes him at the last second. With that out of the way, off to Florida. In Florida, everyone from Radiator Springs shows up, and Storm enjoys Cruz's costume. Just a reminder, if McQueen loses, he ends his career. So now it's time for the race. McQueen starts out dead last, but after a few laps manages to catch up with the pack. But as things start going smoothly, Sterling sends Cruz back to the training center. Shortly after the race, the big one happens. McQueen convinces his pit crew to bring Cruz back to the race. Cruz returns to the racetrack, and to everyone's surprise, McQueen puts Cruz in for himself. Is that even legal? Cruz then starts the race at the back of the pack, but after struggling a little bit, and the change of crew chiefs, they seem to be going okay. Cruz then starts reaching the front of the pack until Storm intimidates her.
That you can play dress up all you want, but you'll never be one of us.
McQueen encourages Cruz that Storm only did that because he felt threatened that Cruz could beat him, which motivates her. Cruz catches up to Storm, and it is here where we reach the final lap. Cruz tries to overtake Storm, but then Storm crashes Cruz into the wall. Cruz then escapes the wall by pushing off the wall and flipping over Storm, and ultimately winning the race. But what does not make sense is this next scene.
Why is my name up there?
You started the race. That's how it works.
Is it though? With that out of the way, it turns out that Dynaco bought out Rust-eze. McQueen paints himself in Doc's honor, and they race around the dirt track one last time. The end. So overall, this movie is still as awesome as it was in 2017. The story was great, the animation was breathtaking, and the characters were fun. The soundtrack was also top-notch. Here are my thoughts on the series as a whole. I would say the franchise is still awesome. All movies were great. I know Cars 2 was a weird movie compared to the others, but in and of itself it's not a bad movie. To score each of these movies, I would give Cars a 10 out of 10. I have no complaints about the original movie. I would give Cars 2 a 7 out of 10. The spy stuff was weird, and Mater being brought into the spy plot was not the best move. But the racing scenes were well done. I would give Cars 3 a 10 out of 10. I would give Cars 3 a 9 out of 10. My only complaint was the ending. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.